Milestone Mafia. We made it to the end of the year. Time to make that top 10 list. Spoiler alert, that soulless cash grab a lot of your favorite shoe tubers were calling the sneaker of the year didn't even make my list.
What? What the f? What time is it? It's showtime! What is your profession? It's me, bitches.
Great day, Milestone Mafia. Welcome back to Things and Stuff. I'm your host, Ja.
I know I said top 5, but I'm top 2 and I'm not 2.
And as always, super humble for every pair of eyes watching, every pair of ears listening. And today, as you saw in the thumbnail and description, we're going over my top 10 sneakers of 2023. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. As you know from my review earlier in the year of the White Cement 3 Reimagined, I was not a fan.
Oh, they're doing the previously thing. Very ominous sounding, very, omnipotent God, angry, telling us some information what happened in the last episode for those catching up. Previously.
People are saying that this is probably the sneaker of the year.
Well, I was reading that, and it's interesting because what it says is that you don't know what the you're talking about.
Keep it 100. The rollout for this was absolute trash. And y'all know me, sneaker stories matter. Not to mention the fact that it's been retroed several times over. And you know what? I keep it real. When this one came out, it told a way better story. But the great news is that 2023 was a phenomenal year for shoes. We had so many dope drops that came our way that we're not even gonna miss it on the list. All right, so as for the list, you know the rules. If I don't have it in hand, then it's not gonna make the list. Now, there was definitely a few that I really wanted, whether it was the Wizard of Oz that controls the sneaker app, New Balance's ridiculous Q, overseas exclusives, astronomical resale prices. These just didn't make it home.
Nothing for you.
But other than those, for the most part, I was able to secure, the pairs that I went for. And in a year where a lot of sneakers were sitting for some reason, the roster was still stacked. I mean, there was so many dope shoes that didn't even make the honorable mentions on my list, which made it really hard to put this list together. Now, it took a lot of work, and you know what? Y'all may agree, y'all may disagree with the list.
Now keep in mind that I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit.
But if you disagree, you're wrong.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. Let's go ahead and get into these honorable mentions, y'all. Airships in general had a big year. I think Nike Jordan brand is pushing that to be like the next Jordan 1. You had these I'm on my years, fresh. The Every Game, even fresher. But the one that took the cake for me, the corporate got him Airship. But come on, just take a look at this thing. And with this lace swap, out of control. You even had Asics surprise me a couple of times this year. They came with the most fun drop of the year by far. But this Dime times Asics GT2160, just a beautiful piece of work. Gorgeous collaboration. Shout out to Asics. The Jordan 1 Enter the Spider-Verse, definitely polarizing. But as a collector, it was a must-have for me. Highly slept on. Terror Squad Air Force One, Fat Joe and Nike taking a Grail and making it a GR. Now these Joe Fresh goods, these are another one that have probably made the top 10, but they just came out like a couple of days ago, man. A whole pack of 3. And as soon as the other 2 touch down, we're definitely doing the review and drip forecast. Probably the first one we doing of the year. Promise you, it'll be next level. And the last honorable mention, the Big Bubble Masters, always fresh. Colorway phenomenal. Materials top tier. Love that Big Bubble. And if the soul doesn't speak to me, I don't know what does. All right, so with that out the way, let's go ahead and get into our top 10. Concepts times New Balance made in USA, C-Note. This one was also a retro, but if you're gonna retro something, do it like this. Just an absolutely exquisite piece of work. Down to the materials and the colors, the way it puts together. It's just a beautiful shoe. Might not be on everyone's top 10, but it definitely made mine because the first time I saw it fresh out the box, I was like,
It's so pretty.
New Balance, they absolutely hooked me this year. And shout out to them and what they're doing. On to number 9. And we have the Soulfly times Jordan 8 Mikasa es su casa. Now this particular Jordan 8 knocked another Jordan 8 off the list. This playoff 8 right here, Soulfly just went ahead and 28 to 3 of these dudes. They took their time with the details from the window here, which is an homage to the Nike baseball trainer that Deion Sanders wore. Even the colorway itself is supposed to be representative of a shoe that was already played with on the baseball diamond, which is why you have like an ashy or faded graffiti print on it. And you know, that type of detail and storytelling, You know, I'm always in love with that. In at number 8, we have the Union Times Beffy's Beauty Supply Jordan 1 Summer of 96. Me and my wife also did this review and visual forecast together, so it actually means a little bit more to me. The details on these are just striking. It's an absolute piece of art, and with that lace swap that they gave you with the extra laces, it sets it over the edge. Half loved it, half hated it. Why are you messing up a Jordan 1? But at the end of the day, man, art is about, you know, taking things to another level, and this one absolutely went to another level. In at number 7, we have the Jordan 11 Gratitude. Now, if you're going to go ahead and reimagine a shoe, this is how you do it. Replacing the mesh from the DMP with this tumbled leather right here was a mwah. Loving all of the gold hits around. Drip forecast is always through the roof when it comes to a Jordan 11. Folks get married in these, talk about stories, the gratitude of Jordan Brand saying, you know, thank you to the fans. When I got these in hand, we were celebrating 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, you know, it just went hand in hand with the gratitude. So, you know, it means that much to me. Connection. That's why we do this thing, right? In at number 6, we have the Crenshaw Skate Club Times Nike SB. SB was absolutely crushing it. In my specific, unique, and individual opinion, this is the best of them. Look at all the different colors, all of the different Easter eggs that were on this. They gave us a second set of insoles, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? The level of detail that Crenshaw Skate Club put into these should not go unnoticed. As we crash into the top 5, we have the Supreme Times Nike SB High Ram LZ. Isn't this just a piece of art? Like, literally. Has the man Ram LZ's artwork all throughout it. Supreme stepped their game all the way up. Came back from all of these allegations of Supreme is dead or whatever, because both the high and the low, they flew off the shelves like within seconds. Love a gum bottom sole. And this one right here, top 5 shoe, no questions. In at number 4, we got one that might ruffle a couple of feathers about its placement on the list. We have the Nike SB Times Jordan 4 Pine Green. Yeah, this one right here is a lot of folks' number 1 sneaker of the year. And I absolutely get it. From reworking the design, even the colorway works. And of course, you know, these gum bottom hits, red Nike Air Bubble, Nike SB on the back. Woo! Shout out to Nike SB for taking the Jordan 4 and making it actually comfortable. Please, Jordan, steal the notes from whatever meeting happens, you know, when y'all put this together, and make all of the Jordan 4s just like this. Why make them any other way? Matter of fact, it's the second year in a row that a Jordan 4 was my number 4. Hopefully that doesn't be like a thing. Here we are into the top 3 sneakers of the year. At number 3, we have the Year Jordan 5 in the Dawn colorway. The level of detail that went into this is unquestioned. This and this alone is the reason why I felt that it deserved to be higher than the SB4. From replacing the caging with Year A's, monogrammed all through the sock liner, raised Nike Air on the back, Stitch 23 on the side. I don't even know what type of nubuck that is. The Dust colorway came out and it's also absolutely flames. Just to me, the Dawn colorway was the superior of the two. Now the number 2 sneaker on the list, I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem with me putting this at number 2. We have the J Balvin Times Jordan 3 Medellin Sunset, which to me, this is obviously the Jordan of the year because, you know, it's highest on the list. Spoiler alert, the next one's not a Jordan. Everything from the hang tag, which I love, actually reimagining a Jordan 3 with that back plate, materials extra soft, accented colors all the way through it, milky sole. J Balvin absolutely crushed this and deserves its spot at number 2 on the list. Wouldn't even be mad if some people had it as number 1. So if there's no Jordan, there's no Nike at number 1, what's number 1? Now if you've been following me on social media, you already know what this is. And we're talking about none other than the J-Tips times Saucony Grid Azure 2000. Remember who fronted. First impression of the shoe, it just pops right at you with all of the different materials and the colors. Listen, every single part of this has a story, and this is how you put together a shoe, especially with a collab. And shout out to my man for his first shoe. Like, I mean, literally crushing the competition. He also dropped 2 more pairs.
Thank y'all for taking on this ride with me. You know what? Here go 2 more for y'all.
Still not able to bring them back to the reservoir, but I am absolutely spinning the block for both of those. Remember who fronted. Like, I feel so perpendicular to every underdog story that this just spoke to me. And, you know, it was basically like, yeah, okay, for everybody who didn't believe I could do it, for every single door that got shut, every no that I got, let me go ahead and get as loud as I can and show y'all what time it is. And did he crush this? If this sneaker is not on your favorite shoe tubers, at least top 10, do not trust them.
Whose man is this? You put him on the TV.
All right, and there we have it. You know, the things and stuff with Ja. Top 10 of 2023. 2023 was an amazing year, not only just for sneakers, but just on a personal level for me. Listen, at the top of this year, I even started my entire YouTube journey back in January doing the top 10 of 2022. My goal was to continue to put out the content. My promise was to make every single video better than the last. And the absolute pinnacle in my mind that I could see is that I'll work hard, I'll put out the content, and by the end of the year, we'll be at like 500 subscribers. Milestone Mafia, we are at the cusp of 5,500. This overwhelming support that you guys have given me throughout this year is nothing I could even fathom. You know, they say thoughts become things, but my thoughts were not even as grand as the plan that God actually had for me. And that's not to brag, that's to be a testimony. This is why I call y'all the Milestone Mafia, because we all have goals, we all have dreams, we all have aspirations, and all we have to do is take the one step forward and the other 2 will get handled for us. And I promise you, if you continue to work on it, ask yourself, what am I doing well? What could I be doing better? I promise you, whatever milestone you're looking to hit, you can hit it and then some.
Message.
All right, so as customary, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. If you wanna become a friend of mine, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment down there. Let me know what you think about the list. Tell me what's your favorite shoes of the year. If you hit any milestones in between the last video and the next one, tell me about those. Matter of fact, tell me about some of the milestones that you want to hit in 2024. I would love to champion you on your journey. Big plans for the channel. I got big plans for the Milestone Mafia, and I want you all to come along for the ride. Go ahead and become a friend of ours by subscribing and hitting that bell notification so that you're aware of every single time the Milestone Mafia is leaning on that algorithm. 2024, we about to literally kick this door in and let these folks know that they owe tribute. These other folks is out here posing. I'm not talking about all of y'all. A lot of them is out here posing. They not really true to this.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. Ruining the fun for the next man.
But just as sure as the sun is hot and water is wet, I'm about this shit. If you're not on our side of the line moving forward, I'm gonna show you that it's the Milestone Mafia season.
I choose violence.
So as customary, I want you all to stay blessed, highly favored. I'll stay with 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I'll catch you in 2024. Happy New Year, and I'm out.
I'll be back.
All right, you already know what time it is, Milestone Mafia. We're gonna go ahead and take a better look at the shoes because you know I'm not doing them justice in hand. A couple of videos ago, I made a joke about how some of these other sneakers YouTubers be telling y'all what to buy, what not to buy, how to start a collection and all that, and how we listening to them and they can't even dress.
How, Sway?
Now, we've been doing these drip forecasts all year. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the top 10 down to the concrete. And let me go ahead and offer a warning. As the great orator of our time, Lil Baby, once said, drip too hard, don't stand too close. You might mess around and drown off this swag. Y'all be easy. I'll see y'all in 2024. We onwards and upwards. Sky's the minimum.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Soaking wet.
look like that. I look cool.